Hello everyone, I'm Cheryl Kaler, the school counselor at Mississippi School for the Deaf, and thank you Christine for presenting about everything that our department provides. I'm going to go ahead and let the interpreter take over for now. So I'm going to talk to you today mostly about testing, which is a little bit funny because I'm actually not with you today because we're getting ready for testing at the school. But there are several things that we can do to help testing be a positive experience for our deaf and hard of hearing students. When you're in the public school system, some of these will be imperative, some of them might be obvious, but depending on how aware the staff is of the needs of the student, it's important for parents or teachers or providers to know what's available. And these accommodations can also be documented on their IEP, which serves as a legal document. Make sure wherever that child goes to receive services, they're getting the accommodations they need. So I'm going to go over some of the real basic ones that might be obvious, but again, these are things that you need to know, and sometimes you might think of them, you might not. But sitting in the front of the class is something that can be documented, that anytime if it's a large class or a large testing environment, you make sure they have priority seating. Facing the teacher, you might think that that's kind of a given, but that's a reminder for the students to be sitting where they can see the teacher, but it's also a reminder for the teacher to be where they can be seen from the students. For example, they don't, a good reminder that they might not turn around and talk while they're writing on the board, and if the student maybe tries to read lips or just get additional visual information, all of a sudden that's lost. So that can be documented as a reminder to the staff to always be providing that visual information face-to-face. You can also have as an accommodation testing with a familiar teacher if you are fortunate enough to have someone who signs in the school system, and they can be that same person to be providing the testing, so the vocabulary is there and available for the students. You want to make sure that you have whatever listening aids the student uses is documented, like hearing aids, or if there's an FM system, whatever that's your student uses should be on there. Testing can be done individually or in a small group. A lot of times individually might work better for a student, especially if they have a read aloud, which we're going to get to next, or sometimes just for the pressure of the situation they might do better if they're by themselves. Let's see. Okay, read aloud. This is a common accommodation for deaf students. It can be done with sign language, reading aloud on the hands, or reading aloud verbally. Again, depending what their main access to language is, we just want to make sure they're provided access to that in the testing environment. We also have, here at MSD, we offer word-to-word dictionaries that are available that actually, therefore, it's an approved accommodation for English language learners, and because English is often a second language for deaf students, they're approved to have a language dictionary where it has the sign and the word in English printed in the dictionary. So that way they can have both languages accessible to them during testing in the book form. And that's provided in the classroom as well, with instructions, but also in the testing environment. Any kind of video or media can be closed captioned to make sure you have the words going across the screen. And that is an accommodation you definitely want to have if your student has any kind of hearing loss. It's actually something that benefits the whole classroom because students, the more they see English and the more they see the words, the better it is for everyone. So that's kind of a nice accommodation to put in there. Sometimes the teachers have to work a little bit to find the video and make sure it's there, but there are resources for that. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to talk about today for testing. Again, I think having a conversation about it is important in your IEP meetings. As a school, we also offer advocacy support. If you're in a situation where all of this is completely foreign to you and you don't know what's available, you can contact us. We're happy to help you and work you through the details of some of these things that you want to make sure you are providing for your student. Okay, also in our department, we do the regular academic guidance kind of thing. I'll go ahead and talk about that real briefly. We do college tours. We make sure all of our students know about their diploma options, which There's the academic diploma, a Mississippi occupational diploma, there's the GED, and there's a certificate of completion. We offer 3. We don't do a GED at our school. But anyway, making sure the options are there, fitting the needs of the student and making the best decision for their future. And I don't know what else to say. I'm sure we do a lot, but Christine is here if you have any more questions. Thank you for your time, and it was nice to meet you, sort of. Okay, bye-bye.